It's that time again when everyone and their dog is compiling their end of year lists. So today I thought I'd take a look at my top 15 Easter eggs of 2019. 2019 was a so-so year for Easter eggs in my opinion, but the 15 here are worthy inclusions on any end of year list. Oh, and of course I'm going to be featuring some Easter eggs that have been in previous videos of mine. I couldn't count down the best of 2019 and leave loads of Easter eggs out just because I've used them before. I hope you understand. As always, if your favourite Easter egg isn't included in this video, then be sure to let me know. The best place to do so is on Twitter or Instagram, the links to which are in the description. Finally, this list isn't in any particular order. So without further delay, let's get started. So first up is one of my favourite games to hunt Easter eggs in. Rainbow Six Siege has had multiple updates in 2019, with each one usually adding something cool for us to find. This particular Easter egg came with the Outback map, which was released back in February. The map had a couple of cool things to find, like this Trials Fusion poster, but what we're after is a little more well hidden. Near the fuel pumps area of the map, you can find this. So shooting the log reveals the Raving Rabbids. I've mentioned before how Ubisoft love to promote their other franchises in their games, but to be fair, this one is pretty cool. Speaking of pretty cool cross promotion from Ubisoft, this next Easter egg is probably the best of 2019. In For Honor on April Fool's Day, you could once again encounter the Rabbids. So this limited time event turned AI enemies and companions into the Rabbids. I love seasonal events like this, and to be fair to Ubisoft, they are usually pretty good at them. Moving on from Ubisoft now and onto one of my games of the year. Borderlands 3 was the first Borderlands game that I had fun playing on my own, and I put that down to the improved gunplay and interesting quests. It also didn't hurt that Borderlands 3 had a huge amount of Easter eggs and secrets to find. An honourable mention has to go to the many references that can be found in the descriptions and names of weapons and equipment. But the Easter egg that really stood out for me was this one.
Okay, step up your efforts, brothers and sisters. This will not stand. The Nazis continue to carve a path through your brothers and sisters. Innocent COPs who have done.
So this is a reference to this scene from South Park. Right, time to look at one of the most underrated games of this generation. Hitman 2 is loved by fans of the series and critics alike, but for some reason it doesn't seem to appeal to anyone else. It really is a fantastic game with some equally fantastic Easter eggs. In fact, over half this list could be Hitman 2 Easter eggs, but I try to show some restraint. The first Hitman 2 Easter egg can be found on the Siberia Sniper Challenge map. If you shoot 5 bottles on the map, this will happen.
Oh, hi.
So I'm not actually sure who this guy is, and judging by a brief Google search, no one else does either. If you do know who it is or what this is referencing, then please let me know. The next Hitman 2 Easter egg references a film that was referenced a lot in 2019. During the bank mission, if you attend the job interview and select the middle picture first, the left picture second, and the right picture third, a small key for deposit box 237 will appear in the corner of the room. Take the key and head to the safety deposit boxes, find box 237 and open it. So this is a reference to the Stanley Kubrick film The Shining. The Shining has also seen nods in Fortnite Save the World mode and Layers of Fear 2. Up next is a game that I didn't expect to have Easter eggs, especially one this funny. During your trip to the forest you can use your mobile phone. Aside from checking texts and making calls, you can also play the classic mobile game Snake. Well, talking of calls, if you check the call history you can find the phone number for Donnie's Pizza. Give it a call and see what happens.
Hello, it's Donnie's Pizza, the best pizza in Burkittsville. What can I do for you?
I'll pass. Sorry.
This is Donnie's Pizza. Only 1 hour left on our special offer. 2 for the price of 1. Can I take your order?
No, not right now. Thanks.
This is Donnie's Pizza. Try our signature Burkittsville Bulger, now with extra cheese. Can I take your order?
Maybe some other time.
Well, then why are you calling now? This is Donnie's Pizza. Pizza's so good they almost eat themselves. Can I take your order?
Thanks. Maybe later.
Donnie's Pizza. Now? Are you ready to order?
Sorry, no.
Well, pizza off then. This is Donnie's Pizza, and if you don't order this time, I swear I'm gonna fight you and shove a pizza up your ass!
Sorry, wrong number.
Hey, you've reached Donnie's Pizza. Due to the increasing number of prank calls, we have been forced to close our phone order service. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Along with Hitman 2, Gears 5 gave us the best Easter eggs of 2019. The Gears series has always been home to great Easter eggs, and the fact that 3 of them appear in this video is proof that Gears 5 is no different. First up is a secret weapon that also breaks the 4th wall, which ticks all of the boxes that I look for when trying to think of a great Easter egg. During the first mission you'll find yourself in a sewer. On the wall are 4 valves. If you shoot them in any order, this will happen. Easter egg, baby!
Take that.
So you're given a giant stick with a fish on the end. The fish must still be frozen, as hitting enemies with it causes a massive amount of damage. This next Gears 5 Easter egg was one that myself and fellow Easter egg hunter Garbett spent quite a while trying to figure out how to actually get it to work. On the map Asylum, if you manage to dodge the train on both sides of the tracks at the very last second, a familiar face will appear on top of the train. So if you did it correctly, and you must dodge the trains at the very last second, coal appears on top of the train. This is similar to an Easter egg in Gears of War 2, where Marcus appeared on top of a train on the Tyro Station map. The final Gears 5 Easter egg for this video at least is one for fans of the Gears series. During Act 4 Chapter 1 you can find a wall commemorating those that lost their lives during the war. If you manage to collect all 90 collectibles in the game, a button prompt will appear.
Private Ben Carmine, sir! Reporting for duty, sir!
Every life we save today is something special. It's another chance for someone.
Go forth and bring back the hope of humanity! But all I can do Make sure you all have Here's to the good fight, and living to see another day. Welcome to Delta Squad. Something's wrong with this thing. It keeps jamming. Everything happens for a reason. Look, Marcus is busy saving the world again, so I gotta be there.
So this is another contender for the overall best Easter egg of 2019 and is a great moment for fans of the series. So up next is a shout out to all of the Back to the Future references found in games in 2019, and believe me, there were a lot. First up is the DeLorean found in the top-down Hotline Miami-like police stories. Next is the DeLorean that could be found in the mines during the Showdown event in Rainbow Six Siege. You can also find the DeLorean in a barn in Hunt Showdown. And finally, it's not quite a DeLorean, but it's close enough. In Generation Zero, you can find a car which looks incredibly similar to a DeLorean, and this one even flies. Final Easter egg in today's video can be found in a game I'm sure many of you wouldn't have heard of. Squad is a tactical first-person shooter and is the last game I'd expect to encounter zombies in. In the woods near the start of the tutorial you can find this. So this strange metal ball summons a horde of zombies, and as you can see, my aim is really bad when using keyboard and mouse. So that's it, those are my top 15 video game Easter eggs of 2019. Now if I'm honest, I'm probably going to make a part 2 to this video because no doubt you guys are going to remind me of loads of Easter eggs I didn't include here. As always, thank you all very much for watching and thank you for helping me survive another year on YouTube. Words cannot express how grateful I am that because you guys watch my videos, I'm able to pick my children up from school every day and spend more time with them than ever before. Thank you all very much, and I'll speak to you all soon.